Welcome to News Beast. We've got Justine Rosenthal, executive editor of Newsweek, Rebecca Dana, fresh off the Super Bowl. I'm John Avlon. This is the new issue of Newsweek with an essay by Ayaan Hirsi Ali on Christophobia, which is pretty awesome. Tell us about it, Justine.
The story is, in many ways, an unspoken tale of Christians who are being persecuted and killed in the Middle East. We usually hear about Islamophobia in the West, and Ayaan is making the argument that there is a huge phenomenon rising all the way from Afghanistan and Pakistan, all the way through to Somalia and Nigeria that no one is paying attention to.
It's like a 300% increase in violence
That's right.
over the last 10 years. It was incredible. Okay, Rebecca, you have a pretty kicking story on ferreting your way into current.
Yes.
And talking to Borman, the head of it, and Al Gore, very unhappy with the temperamental Keith Olbermann, who's gone MIA, off the reservation.
Au contraire, John. There have been many reports that Kern is very unhappy with Keith, and I think there are a lot of indications that internally they are, but we report in this week's Newsweek that in fact tensions escalated into a crisis with Kern in early November, which is much earlier
than anyone
thought.
knew.
Yeah, he joined the network in February officially, so that's a pretty short honeymoon period. And this culminated in early February with basically a desperate effort on Gore's behalf to prevent Keith from leaving at the time. So there is this incredibly tenuous negotiated peace at Current, which we're seeing on the air in many different ways.
I mean, two things about this. First of all, predictable, right? I mean, this is the one guy who wasn't invited back to the ESPN reunion, and if you're excluded from that crew. But second, if you're Keith Olbermann, where do you go? Officially, there are no more bridges to take you off land.
Well, Al Gore is...
Well, that's how he ends up at Current TV.
Exactly right.
For Keith, I mean, they have paid him a reported $10 million annual salary and equity stake in the network, which could be worth up to $100 million over the course of his contract, which is no small thing. I mean, this is not, he's not begging for pennies on the street.
My story is just Super Bowl. Come on. That was huge. That was awesome.
Not covered in this week's Newsweek, but a triumph nonetheless.
But super huge.
I mean, come on. That was last minute of the game. Come on.
Well, and I'm on the record. I heart Eli Manning.
I heart Eli Manning.
Yes, for Eli.
So he can dine out on that for a long time. That was an epic game.
It was incredible. That last minute of the game was the longest minute of my entire life. It was, easily, without question.
I think then you've had a privileged life.
There is no question I've had an incredibly privileged life.
All right, well, congratulations to the Giants. That was really an amazing experience, and would that we all experience it in person.
Come on, man.
Poor souls like us watching it on television.
Final word, Justine.
As we've agreed, Jesus.
As we've agreed.
I'm going to go with martyr. I feel like it applies to the Jesus story and also to a number of the more prominent characters at current TV.
Okay.
Al Gore, martyr.
I'll go with Giants because that's the story of the day and tomorrow. That's all for us at News Beast. We'll see you tomorrow.